Alright, let's just get right into it. The Jazz have actually been a good team so far. Coming into the season, I had them as the 15th seed, and I believed they would be the worst team in basketball. But so far, they have not been that. As of right now, the Jazz have a record of 6-2. And they're not beating up on bad teams. Most of their wins have actually been against good teams. They beat the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, and the Grizzlies twice. They have the 15th best offensive rating in the league, which is not entirely impressive. But what is impressive, they have the 8th best defensive rating in the league with 109.7. Now, coming into the year, I expected the Jazz to be terrible on defense because just looking at the names on this roster, Lauri Markenen, Jordan Kelly Olynyk, Malik Beasley, Mike Conley, THT are not good defenders. Jarrett Vanderbilt's the only player on the team that I would say is a good defender, while Colin Sexton is a solid defender. You see that and you would think coming to this year, this team is going to be terrible defensively, but they're not, and I have to give a lot of credit to Will Hardy. They are running teams off the three-point line very well, forcing their opponents to take long twos and difficult shots around the rim. Will Hardy, in his first year, has been able to get the team to buy in and believe in his defensive system. As of right now, Will Hardy needs to be in Coach of the Year conversation. He's made players on paper that should not be a good defensive team actually be one. Offensively, even though they have a middle-of-the-pack offensive rating, they move the ball around very well. It reminds me a lot of the 2014 Spurs. Now, I'm not saying they're as good as that 2014 Spurs team. I'm not saying that. They just move the ball really well and share really well with each other like that Spurs team. They'll pass the ball around for most of the shot clock until they get an open look. They're willing to make the extra pass, and they will pass up a good shot for a great shot. They also are good in transition. They run the floor really well. Lauri Markenen has surpassed my expectations for him this season because coming into the season, I thought Colin Sexton would be the number one option. This season, Lauri's averaging 22.6 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, 2.9 assists per game, 0.8 steals per game, and a block per game while shooting 50.7% from the field, 31.5% from 3 on 6.8 attempts per game, and 83.9% from the line. Right now, he's playing at an all-star level. He has become way more aggressive than he has been in past seasons. He's not scared of contact when going to the rim anymore. He's hitting tough fadeaways out the post, and even though so far he's not shooting well from behind the arc, that will most likely improve, because for his career he's been a 36 to 40% three-point shooter. Defensively, he hasn't been anything crazy. He's been a solid rim protector and decent on the perimeter. But he has given the most effort on that side of the ball that I've seen in his career. It wouldn't surprise me if he kept up this level of play. I don't know if he'll make the All-Star game outright because I don't know if he'll get the high enough amount of votes. But I could definitely see him making it as a reserve or making it if a player gets hurt. The other guys on this team have been playing good as well. Jordan is averaging 16.5 points per game. While shooting 35% from 3 on 9 attempts per game, I swear he hasn't seen a shot he doesn't like. Kelly Olynyk's averaging 12.9 points per game. Colin Sexton's averaging 12.5 points per game. Malik Beasley is averaging 11.9 points per game. Mike Conley is averaging 11.6 points per game. The Jazz have 6 guys averaging over double-digit points per game, and they all are doing it on good efficiency. Well, Mike Conley's not shooting the best from the field, but from deep he's shooting 46.2%. And I expect his field goal percentage to go up as the season continues. Sexton and Beasley are averaging double-digit points per game, but they're coming off the bench for them. You never know which guy's going to go off on any given night, which makes them incredibly fun to watch. And it makes them hard to play against. Now, will they keep up this level of play? Probably not. I expect them to regress to the means, and it's still likely Clarkson, Beasley, or Conley are traded at the trade deadline to a contender. But for right now, I'm just appreciating how fun they are to watch. If you haven't watched any Utah Jazz games so far this season, start watching them. They really are a fun team to watch. But I appreciate you watching the video. If you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video. More content on the way.